Okay, so before we move on to a wrap of this session, I want to really help you think about how you can put this into practice. Because it is great when we go to a session and we're all invigorated and in the moment we're like, yes, but I want you to go and do things differently off the back of it. So I want to invite you in a moment to think about how you can put this into practice with your teams. But first off, I'm going to share a few ideas of how I think you could adapt the one-to-one agenda so that it works for you. So you could maybe adapt it so that you're thinking about what's important for your team. So it may well be that talking about weekly progress on projects isn't really something that's fit for purpose for your team. Maybe there's something more important, which is about the company or team dynamics, that's worth having in there as a question. Are there any trends that are emerging from your team that you want to prioritize? Perhaps burnout is something that your team is talking about. Perhaps there's a lot of change going on that the team are mindful of. Maybe there's challenges around management. So be thinking around what are the topics that are important to you and your team that you can maybe kind of flex. You might want a specific topic about time management, for example, and you might want to have that as something that you talk about. But making sure that you have something consistent that you can use with all of your teams will really help you to help all of your teams. But also the thing that I would say is practice. Practice, practice, practice. You could rewatch this session 100 times, but actually the thing that will make the key difference is practice, which is why we spent so much of this time in role play. So maybe think about how you can test it. Rather than just rolling it out to your whole team straight away tomorrow, maybe have a willing direct report who's willing to test this with you for a couple of weeks to really build it so that it works for you, your team, and them as well. Who would like to come off mute and share with me how can you adapt this so that it really works for you and your team? What are the couple of tweaks and changes that you can make for your team? Who would like to come off mute and share?
I can go first.
Fabulous.
I think personally I struggle with, or I've overlooked, reading body language and addressing it, and that was something that I would personally want to work towards going forward. Because especially like you said earlier about like we all work hybrid, and that is one thing that will further be overlooked. So I definitely want to reflect on that.
Nice, fabulous. Thank you for sharing. Christopher.
I think also asking for the energy level is a good indicator of like, where do you actually want to go this conversation to, like from the beginning, and being like, okay, like you are energy drained, like where do you draw your energy from, and what is also draining it?
Nice. I love that, because you're actually kind of in that, you're demonstrating about clarifying, because there's one thing to go, how is your energy level? But there's another to go, what actually gives you energy, and understanding your team a bit more. So I love that. Thank you. Okay, we've got another person, hand raised, SCT, it says.
Oh, sorry, Scott. So I think I've done these things, bits and pieces over the years, but I've never had a system. So actually having this template and having the pre-work and the conversation structure around that, I'm really excited about having all those things together at once.
Fabulous. I'm so glad. Nice. Okay, great. So there is going to be one final question before we get your feedback. And that question is, what is your commitment to yourself? So as I said before, it's great to be inspired. It's great to be energized. But what is your commitment to yourself? And I'd invite you all to put in the chat. And it's not your commitment to me. It's your commitment to yourself. You have invested this time today in this session. So what is your commitment? It could be that you're going to practice more active listening. It could be that you're going to use the template that's been provided. It could be that you're going to practice with some willing direct reports before rolling it out. It could be to have more regular one-to-ones, to listen and coach more. And so what is your commitment to yourself? And I'd love to see every single one of you put this in the chat. And oh, fabulous. I'm seeing loads come through. So being present and better active listener, to use this template instead of my boring Word document, to have more productive one-to-ones and more active listening, to paraphrase and clarify more, to have the template rolled out with my reports by the end of the month. Oh, I love that, being very, very specific. Well done. To stop trying to fix everything. Yeah, that's so important. Helping your teams to help themselves is so much more powerful than just trying to fix everything. I get more value for my team members out of the one-to-ones. I'll try to focus more on paraphrasing and clarifying points. To be a better person, a better leader. Oh, bless you. I'm sure you already are. Start with the bases to go, I already am a good person. How can I be even better? Use the templates in my weekly one-to-ones. Adapt the template for me until Wednesday end of play to discuss it with my team members on Thursday and in a one-to-one. Very, very smart objective. I've loved that. Sharing my reports that I want to actively listen to their issues. Great. I love all of these commitments. So thank you. And I look forward to you going on and putting all of these into practice. So let us close by personally me saying thank you. But also we would love to get your feedback. So I think we're going to launch a poll, a survey to get some of your feedback about what you really helped you this session, what you found valuable, and how we can improve this next session even more. Thank you very much, everyone.